Started is a gentleman from Dayton, Ohio. Dayton, Ohio, the city that taught the world to fly, the home of the Wright brothers, who in 1903 completed the first powered flight on an airplane they designed in Ohio. The guy at the controls is Bill Leff, a young man, I should say a gentleman, who when he was a young man began flying gliders at age 14. And let's see if we can say hello to Bill Leff. Hello, Bill Leff. Do you hear me, sir? I think he'll switch over in a couple of minutes. Let's watch Bill as he does just a small portion of what he'll be doing later in the show today. The airplane is the North American T-6 Texan, or the T-6. In this case, a T-6 model that actually started during the Korean War. Watch Bill do the huge barrel roll. He's really filling the sky with great smoke and a great sound. That's actually the sound of not just the engine, but the propeller tips going supersonic at about 2,250 RPM. Hello, Bill Leff. How are you, buddy? Now he's busy. This is Bill's second North American Texan airplane. Not only did this aircraft see action during the Korean War, the first jet war, it's an airborne forward air controller aircraft. It also served with the Spanish Air Force for a time, and it's painted up to honor Air Force Ace Gabby Gabresi. There were 3 phases of training in World War II. There was primary training in very simple airplanes like the Boeing Stearman biplane. Initially lasting 3 months or 12 weeks. Then there was basic training if the cadet made it through that first phase with a more complex airplane, more powerful engines, a radio to work with, and after that 12-week phase of training, then the cadet would move on to this type of aircraft. Tens of thousands of Allied pilots earned their wings in this type of airplane. The Navy called it the SNJ, S for trainer, N for Navy, and J for Berliner Choice. J for the designation of the manufacturer, which later became North American Aviation. But prior to its becoming North American Aviation, the J designation was assigned to that company, and that's why it stuck. And so SNJ was the type used by the Navy and Marine Corps, the Royal Canadian Air Force, and the Royal Air Force of Great Britain. Called it the Harvard, it was indeed an institution of higher learning. It weighs in at about 5,500 pounds, has a 600 horsepower motor on the front, a Pratt & Whitney R1340, 1,340 cubic inches of displacement, 9 cylinders in a circle around a central propeller shaft, and it's air-cooled. Retractable landing gear and fully instrumented to fly in the clouds. Let's watch as Bill comes by very low. And does its victory roll in honor of all the men and women who have served in all the branches of our military, the United States Air Force, the Army, the Navy, the Marine Corps, and the Coast Guard. And not only did we do that victory roll, but I want you to look carefully at the aircraft when it levels its wings, because you might be able to see the wheels, which were once tucked up in the landing, up in the wheel wells. Those wheels are now, well, when he was upside down, he extended the gear, but now the wheels are down and he's going to bring it into land. He'll do a full-up performance a little bit later for us here at the show today, but we wanted to just get you started with a bit of performance from Bill Leff. We're going to see more Texans as the day goes by. can see some of them out in front of us right now. To the show left with the red cowlings, those are the Geico Skytypers. They will fly later in the show. Same type of airplane built by North American Aviation, but they are configured as Naval. They are SNJ versions, the Navy versions of the trainer. Bill Leff Texan was built in 1943. The first Texan came off the production line in 1938. And history books vary greatly in terms of the number of aircraft of the types